of Karma Yoga, the principles which need to be understood by a follower or a practitioner of Karma Yoga. In this fifth chapter, Lord Krishna further elaborates when you are applying yourself to this process of Karma Yoga, what exactly has to be done, what should be the state of mind, and what is the goal, what is that you need to achieve through this process. So, just to recap, Karma Yoga means how to connect to the Lord through our actions. Every activity that we perform, how to make it as a worship of the Lord. Actually, we are all meant for serving the Lord because we are part and parcel of God. Part is meant to serve the whole. The Upanishads give one wonderful example. All the parts of our body, they are meant to cooperate with the stomach. So there is one story in the Upanishads which says that once all the body parts, they went on a strike. Sometimes employees, they also protest for salary hike or for various other issues. So once all the body parts, they all went on a strike, hartal, against the stomach. Their thinking was, you see, stomach is nicely enjoying and we are all working. What are we getting? We are getting nothing. Hands were telling, why should I take the food and drop it inside the mouth to go to the stomach? I will not do. Why should the teeth were saying, why should I nicely chew the food so that stomach will enjoy? What will I get? I will not get anything. Huh? Like this, every parts of the body, they were striking, they were protesting. And the protest went on for some time. And you know what happened afterwards? All of them became tired. They lost their energy because they had not fed the stomach. So they had to call off their protest because they realized that only if we supply food to the stomach, we will be of no use. We will die of starvation. So a very interesting story, that is analogy that is explained in the Upanishads. What is the lesson for us to derive? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha. Sanatanaha means eternally, forever. All the jivas are mama eva amsha. They're all my amshas, my parts and parcels, Krishna says. So that means if all the jivas, if we are all the jivas, if we have to be happy, we have to cooperate with the plan of the Lord. Only when we cooperate with the Lord's plan and try to please Him, then we will also become pleased and happy. We cannot enjoy independent of God. Just like the body parts cannot enjoy independent of the stomach. So, all our activities should be aimed at pleasing God. This is a very fundamental principle that is explained in Bhagavad Gita time and again in many places. Throughout the 18 chapters, this point comes out. So why we are suffering, why we do not have sufficient strength to fight against negativities, addictions. Why? Because we are not thinking about how to satisfy the stomach, how to satisfy Krishna. So there is a statement in the Vedas, Yasmin tushte jagat tushtaha. If God is satisfied, then everybody in the universe is satisfied. Because everybody is actually part and parcel of God. Today there is a propaganda which is made that, without God we can be happy. Godlessness. Right? Actually, without God, without understanding, somebody may even say, what is the use of having God? Why should I worship God? Why should I become devotee of God? Is it not enough if I simply be morally upright? I will follow all moral principles nicely. Why should I go and bow down in front of God? Actually, when we pray to the Lord, it is not that the Lord who is getting benefited. It is we who are getting benefited. Essentially, we are spiritual beings. That is our core identity. We are spiritual beings. We are not this body. So until we actually connect the soul to the Supreme Soul, you cannot actually experience real happiness. So this is the basis for Karma Yoga. Why should I offer the results of my activities to God? Because I actually belong to God. Originally, I am His part and parcel, and I have forgotten that. And this ignorance about this has to be eradicated. I have to become free from this ignorance. What is ignorance? Ignorance means I am this body. That is a number one ignorance. Then ignorance means I am independent. You know, there is an energy called Maya which works on all of us. Maya, also called illusion. Maya, the two syllables. Ma means not. Ya means this. Maya means not this. What is the meaning of that? What you are thinking, that is not. That is called illusion. What appears to you that you are thinking it is true, no, that is not true. There is something else. You are missing out. That is called Maya, illusion. So Maya makes us think that we are happy. Maya makes us think that you can enjoy independently. But this is a trick. So Maya is also energy of God. So this Maya is working in this material world on the order of God to create illusion. So why is God making this kind of an illusion? Because He wants to satisfy your desire. You want to forget Him. Therefore He creates a curtain of illusion to facilitate your desire. Okay, you want to forget me? Okay, you can forget me. No problem. You want to remember me? Yes, for that also there is facility. So the Lord Himself comes and speaks the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord sends His confidential representatives, the acharyas, to this material world to give us this knowledge, how to come out of this illusion. So both, the Lord is ready for both. The Lord is ready to satisfy any of your desire. Why? Because He respects our free will. God does not impose anything upon us because He respects our free will, our power to choose. So if you want to forget Him, He facilitates that also. If you want to remember and come back to Him, He facilitates that also. So that is the wonderful thing about Krishna. So here in this chapter, today's topic is achieving peace and equanimity. How to attain peace? How to attain equanimity? Can anyone tell me what is equanimity? What is equanimity? When do you say a person is having, he's equanimous? So not to be deflected from the central point, neither leftist nor rightist, centrist. That is called equanimity. Okay, good. Any other point? What is equanimity?
Balanced in emotions and actions.
Balanced in emotions and actions. Very good. Very similar to what he said, being the equilibrium position. Not going to the extremes. So in this chapter, Lord Krishna talks about this equanimity, right? So we will read one interesting verse from this 5th chapter and then discuss. Yeah. Verse number 19, 20, Krishna talks about this. In verse number 19, the Lord says, those whose minds are established in sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. Ihaiva tair jitas sargo yesham samye stitham manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te stita. They are flawless like Brahman and thus they are already situated in Brahman. So here the Lord is saying, if you can actually situate your mind in sameness and equanimity, then you have already conquered what? Birth and death. You already attained liberation. Right? So generally we think attaining liberation means after you die, you will get liberation. No, but the Lord is saying that if you achieve this state of mind called equanimity, samaha, samaha means equanimity, sameness, then you should understand that you have actually attained liberation. But of course, this is not for a few minutes I have attained this state of mind, and afterwards I always become disturbed when situations come. Not like that. So, what does it mean to become equanimous? That the Lord says in the next shloka, text number 20. Very important, very special, very important, because the Lord is clearly defining what is that equanimous state of mind. Right? So, with this definition, you can check for yourself whether you are attained equanimity or you are not attained equanimity. See, the Bhagavad Gita knowledge is not vague. It is just like your science. There are definitions, there are metrics, there are various ways in which you can measure things and objectively understand whether you have done that or not done that. Isn't it? For example, suppose somebody has a fever. How do you check? You take a thermometer, clinical thermometer, and you measure the temperature. And the thermometer, without doing any partiality, right? It's not that if a rich man uses, the thermometer will give correct reading. If a poor man uses, it will give wrong reading. No. Thermometer is impartial. So anyone uses it, thermometer will give you the right reading of your body temperature, based on which you can decide whether you have fever or not fever, high fever, low fever, what fever, all kinds of things you can decide. So it is not a vague thing. You cannot just say, I have fever. No, please tell me what is your body temperature so that I can help you if you really have fever. Sometimes we feel feverish. Feeling feverish is different from actually having fever. Isn't it? So that's why we should use thermometer. So it gives you objective reality. Isn't it? Now here, this definition what Lord Krishna is giving about equanimity is that objectively you can check for yourself whether you have actually attained the stage of equanimity or not. So what is that? The 20th shloka of the 5th chapter, the Lord says, Na prahrishyet priyam prapya no dvijet prapya cha priyam sthira buddhir asammudho brahmavit brahmani sthitaha. What is the meaning of this? Na prahrishyet priyam prapya. Prapya means to achieve, to get. Priyam prapya means to achieve something which is pleasing to you. Can you give an example for priyam prapya? You got your favorite Domino's pizza. Somebody treated you with a pizza, and immediately your face will glow, become very happy. Because why? Priyam prapya. You have achieved something which you like, which is very pleasing. But Krishna is saying, na prahrishyet. Prahrishyaha, prahrishta means to be rejoicing. Na prahrishyet. You should not rejoice when you achieve something which is pleasing. Na prahrishyet priyam prapya. That's the first condition for equanimity. When you achieve something which is very pleasing to you, which you enjoy a lot, you should not rejoice. You should not say, Aaj mein upar, asma niche. Now I have achieved something, I'm enjoying. Then you are not equanimous. Then the second thing, what about you achieve something which is apriyam, something which you don't like, which is displeasing? If you achieve that, na udvijet, prapya cha apriyam. Udvijet means to become agitated, to lament, to cry, to become low, to feel low. No, you should not go through that. If you achieve apriyam, something which is displeasing. Example for apriyam, failing in exam, or not getting likes when you posted your photos, selfies on your social media. Apriyam, isn't it? Or a girlfriend ditches you, break up, then it is apriyam.
If I wasted time on YouTube, on Insta,
Achha, then it is very priyam.
after that,
After that, you realize when you realize, but when you are watching, it is priyam. Later you realize, oh, tomorrow is physics exam. I didn't study. I'm wasting time on Instagram. Then it becomes apriyam. You become very agitated, isn't it? When you receive something which you never expected and something which is very difficult to digest, unpalatable truths, when it comes, when you encounter, you become udvijayet, you become very much agitated. So Lord Krishna is saying, you should not become disturbed even if you receive apriyam. Not easy, isn't it? Not easy at all. Recently, All India Radio, All India rank number 1, NEET exam. What is his name? I forgot. He committed suicide. NEET exam, AIR 1, All India rank 1, not All India Radio, All India rank 1. So he committed suicide. Very unfortunate, very talented, hardworking person. But he could not actually cope up with the pressures of his career path that he had chosen. So he gave up his life. And then it became a very viral news item in the social media. And some of his teachers were also commenting, I think on Facebook or Twitter. So one of the teachers was saying that he was a very bright student and he was very hardworking. And then the teacher was saying that in our colleges and schools and educational institutes, we only teach students how to score well in their exams. Unfortunately, we are not teaching them how to face challenges, reversals, failures in life. The teacher was telling about this. See how it is. So, this suicide is never the solution for any problem. In that way, if you see, the Pandavas should have committed suicide 100 times. Actually, they should have actually committed suicide 100 times because they went through so many difficulties, reversals, one after the other, one after the other. There is a verse in the Bhagavatam which talks about this. Vipada santuta, what is that? Vishan mahagne purushada darshana asat sabhaya vanavasa krichrataha mrude neka maharatastrato draunyastrachas chasmi harevi rakshitaha. So Kunti Maharani, the mother of the Pandavas, she is recollecting one by one all the difficulties, reversals that she and her sons had to face. In the very young age, Duryodhana fed poison to Bhima and threw him into the Ganga river because Bhima is fond of eating nicely. So they mixed some poison into the kheer and gave. Bhima drank everything and then became unconscious. Then he was thrown into the Ganga river. So how can the mother be sitting at home? Oh, anyway, my child will go back today and come back from the school. No, some vipada is there. Somebody can poison him in the school. And then Vishan, Mahagni, then they had to face this. They were tried to be burnt alive in the house of shellac. Isn't it? A conspiracy was laid against them. Then they had to fight against big demons like Bhakasura. Hmm? So Vishan, Mahagni, Purushada Darshana, Asat Sabhaya. Then their wife Draupadi was humiliated in front of the entire Sabha. She was being disrobed. And then after that, Vanavasa Krichrataha, they were sent into exile, forest. 12 years in the forest, the 13th year, Ajnatavasa, incognito. After that, when they came back, did they have any peace in life? No. Then there was the war. They had to fight against their own relatives. And there also so much of politics and so much of adharma was followed in the war also. Isn't it? So, and then finally, after Pandavas won, almost they won the entire battle. Finally, what happened? Ashwathama comes and kills their children. When they were sleeping in the night, he murders them mercilessly. You see? So, in our life, have we gone through any of this kind of problems in life? Maximum, you may fail in an examination. You can always write again. There is supplementary exam. You can write again. Or you might have lost, you might have not been selected in your dream company in the interview. It's okay. One more company is there. You can attend once again, another interview. So, what is that problem we are facing? Of the level of Pandavas, are we facing that kind of problems? So Pandavas faced that kind of problem, but still they did not think of ending their lives or committing suicide. Why? Hare Virakshitaha. In every difficulty, they had only one person who they never forgot. That is Hari, Krishna. And in every situation, in one way or the other, or either directly or through his devotees or through some agency, the Lord helped the Pandavas. So what is the Lord trying to teach us through this? The difficulties that the Pandavas went through and how they came out victorious. The Lord is teaching us that if you have faith in me, no situation is hopeless. There is no need to lose hope. Isn't it? There is no need to lose hope. The Lord is giving us this assurance. So that is why here the Lord is saying, no dvijet prapya chapriyam. So when you come across, when you encounter a apriya situation, you should not become disturbed in mind. That is another symptom of equanimity. And then sthira buddhi. Sthira buddhi means what? Steady intelligence. Sthira. Not that this time I think like this, next time I think something else. There's no clarity. Sthira buddhi one should have. Sthira buddhi. Buddhi means what? Intelligence, which helps you to make choices in life. You make choices in life. For that you need intelligence. Material intelligence can only help you earn a livelihood. But to make right choices in life, you need spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence will give us the understanding of grander purpose of life. Just because girlfriend or boyfriend rejected me, I should commit suicide. That means the purpose of my life is so small that just because somebody did not like me, so I should end my life? Is my life so like one garbage, one useless thing? Kachra? No. Human life has got a grander purpose. It's very important, very powerful, very, very meaningful. Even though it is temporary, like all other species, human life is also temporary, but it is arthadam. It is full of meaning. So one should understand the grander purpose of life. from the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita tells us that your life has got a bigger purpose. Not simply earning a big fat salary, not simply having some near and dear ones near you who love you, not simply getting married and having children and planning their future. These are all there, but this is not the actual purpose of life. The actual purpose of life is self realization. Self realization includes God realization. What is my relationship with God? Because we are Amsha of God, you cannot know yourself fully without knowing God. God is always accompanying you. He is eternal reality. You are also eternal reality. But right now what we have done is we have fixed our mind on temporary reality called the body. And that is the root cause of all suffering and miseries. The more you become absorbed in temporary realities, the more you will be disturbed. Temporary reality always creates fear. Why? Because it's temporary. After some time it will not exist. Then you will become desperate. Isn't it? Say for example, suppose you have some 10 lakh rupees in your account and you're saying that okay, this money is very good amount, so I can lead a happy life. So you're depending on that 10 lakh rupees. And then every day you're drawing some money, every now and then you're utilizing that money. What is happening? The money is reducing. The bank account is coming down. It's only debit is happening, no credit. So after some time, what will happen? You will start developing a fear. Oh, the money now, 10 lakh was there. It's only some 5,000 rupees is there now. Huh? Now, what will happen next? This may last for maybe 2-3 days. After that, what will happen? You become so disturbed. Isn't it? So, if our happiness is determined by temporary realities, the result is anxiety, sorrow. Isn't it? That is why we need to develop spiritual intelligence, which will enable us to see the actual reality which is beyond the material domain. That is the spiritual reality. So Bhagavad Gita is describing the spiritual reality. Material reality always produces fear. Any material reality, you take it, there is fear. Nothing is an exception. Every material reality only creates fear because it's temporary. But your expectation is what? It should last forever. No, it will not last forever. People don't want to think about death. Why? Because it creates some fear. Oh, this body which I was taking care of so much, you mean to say it will not exist after some time? Oh, that's very negative. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it, people say. Why? Because we want body to last forever. Why that kind of a thinking is there? Because we are actually eternal. The soul is eternal. Only eternal truth can satisfy the soul. Only eternal reality can actually bring us real happiness. So this eternal soul is encaged in a temporary body. That is an incompatible situation. It creates incompatibility. I am expecting forever it will be there, but the body is saying no. Already body starts showing symptoms. Wrinkled face, hair is growing white, grey hair, right? These are all, letters sent by Yamaraj. Somebody went to Yamaraj after death and said, "See, what is this? Even if there is a CBI raid, they tell us in advance that there is a raid, be ready. What is this, Yamaraj? You just sent your Yamadutas and without any prior notice, you just took me, came, brought me here. What is this? This is bahut na-insafi hai. What is this you have done?" But then Yamaraj said, "Hey, stupid fellow, already I am giving you so many letters I sent. What is that? First is your hair became from black, it turned to white. That is my letter I sent you. You fellow went and purchased Godrej hair, you know, hair color, hair dye. You ignored my letter. Then after some time your teeth fell. You went and did one root canal, whatever you did, something you did. You went to dentist, fixed an artificial set. You did not take my letter, second letter also seriously. So when your body became a breeding ground of so many diseases, that time also you did not think. So I am sending letter after letter. So I have done my duty. You did not do your duty. So the point is, body is temporary, and even the very fact that I will cease to exist after some time will create a lot of fear. So when we are connected, when we are absorbed in asat, asat means something which is temporary. Sat means eternity. Asat means temporary. When we are connected or when we are dependent so much on asat, that creates anxiety, fear. Sada samudvigna dhiyam asat grahat. Asat graha. If you have accepted something asat to be reality, sada samudvigna. Udvigna mana. Always mind is anxious. Today people have a lot of anxiety because their whole life, 24/7, it is all about chasing after temporary things only. So where have you strengthened the soul? The soul has not got any nourishment at all. And that is why there is no satisfaction, there is no happiness, there is no harmony in life. That is what here Lord Krishna is saying. Sthira buddhihi asammudha. Asammudha. Asammudha means freedom from all bewilderment. We are all bewildered now. What do you mean by bewilderment? What is bewilderment? Can you give an example?
Enclosed inside a cage.
When are you bewildered? Give an example. When are you bewildered? Let's say now we are all sitting here. All of a sudden a lion enters this room. Will we welcome him with a red carpet? Please come, Lion, Bhaiya, please come. Sher Khan, sit down. Please listen to Bhagavad Gita. Should we say that? We will be totally on the toes. We'll be running away from this. Right? How to save yourself from this danger. Isn't it? So the material world poses every step danger. Every step there is danger. You want to do something, material nature imposes some limitation. One or the other limitation, one or the other problem, one or the other challenge will come. So we are always bewildered actually. We don't know what to do, how to get out of this problem. I don't want to get miseries in life, but why misery after misery is coming? We are bewildered. But very nicely, we keep saying this, oh, it is all part of life. People come up with their own philosophy. No, it is all part of life. It's like this only. No, Krishna is saying, no, you don't have to lead this kind of life. You don't have to lead this kind of life. There is an actual life which is full of knowledge, bliss and eternity, which you are entitled to. You are entitled for that. So Krishna is speaking in the Bhagavad Gita to attract us to that eternal life full of knowledge and bliss. in the spiritual world. He's saying, what are you doing here? And not just one time, two times, many times we have gone through the same cycle. Still we have not learnt our lesson. Right? So therefore we are all mudha. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna uses a very strong word. Mudha. Mudha means rascal. Fool. Fool. We all have this April Fool, no? April Fool we say. But Maya makes us every day a fool. Every day we are fooled, befooled by Maya. Right? We are befooled. How? By chasing after temporary pleasures. We are befooled. So Lord Krishna says, equanimity means, number one, you are not rejoicing when you achieve something pleasant. Number two, you are not bewildered, you are not lamenting when you achieve something which is not pleasant. And third is you have a steady intelligence based on self-realization, based on spiritual knowledge. Fourth is asammudha, you are not bewildered by the changes happening in this world. And then Brahmavid, fifth one, very important. What you know the signs of God. If you know the signs of God, that is the basis for equanimity. You can achieve all these four only with this fifth one. You should know the signs of God. You must know spiritual reality. You must be acquainted with spiritual knowledge. Then you are said to be equanimous. That is called equanimity. Right? It's not simply sitting in one place and doing some pranayama. Yes, now equanimity we have achieved. Many people think like that. They make you do some pranayama for 10 minutes. How did you feel? You say, oh, very nice, stress-free now. Yes, you all have achieved self-realization. If just by breathing you can achieve self-realization, then animals also are doing that so nicely. Isn't it? So self-realization is not so cheap thing. One has to work for it. One has to work for it. One has to take it seriously and pursue. That is called sadhana. Sadhana means to pursue with determination, to practice. Yes, it is difficult. Yes, the mind and body are imposing so many challenges, but still I will not stop. I will continue every day to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is sadhana. Every day I will chant, whatever may happen, because I know this is so important. So we have to work for it. Now, another important thing, we are talking about peace, isn't it? So we talked about equanimity now. Can anyone repeat what are the symptoms of equanimity, equanimous person? Chidambar, yes. When do you say a person has achieved equanimity?
First point is you will not be much happy.
Happy.
Not
He'll not rejoice.
rejoice.
He'll not throw a party. When he attains something which is pleasant.
Present.
Okay.
And second one is he will not be depressed when he not achieve something.
Yeah, he'll not be depressed. He will not lament when he encounters an unpleasant thing. Okay.
That one is studying intelligence.
Steady intelligence.
And, every time any situation we want to be.
He won't be bewildered. He's not bewildered. Okay. Then last one.
Fourth one is do not afraid to anything.
No, the fourth one is freedom. Asammudha. No bewildered. Not bewildered. Last one is
Signs of God.
one who is acquainted with the signs of God. He can practice the remaining four, and this is called equanimity. Okay. Now, another important thing is told here by the Lord, connected with Karma Yoga. See, karma yoga means action, right? We have to do action. When you're doing action, the very moment you exist in this world, let's say in this room or just go outside, you will, your senses will receive inputs, correct? They are called jnanendriyas. Jnana, indriya. Indriya means senses. Knowledge acquiring senses. Can you tell me what are the knowledge acquiring senses?
Eyes,
Eyes, ears, nose, skin, and tongue. These are the five senses which always keep looking for sense objects. What are the sense objects for each of these senses? For the eyes, vision, beautiful things. Eyes always want to see something nice, beautiful. So for the eyes, rupa is the object, sense object. For the ears, some melodious music, nice sound, isn't it? Then for the nose, smell, fragrant smell. Then for the tongue, tasty foodstuffs, taste. And then for the skin, touch. Right? Rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda, then sparsha. These are called indriya vishaya. Vishaya means objects. Always you see the senses are always looking for sense objects. Any given situation. And there are umpteen number of sense pleasure, sense objects in this material world. Anytime you see anything, immediately, oh, this is very pleasing. So when the senses and the sense objects come in touch, there is an experience called pleasure. Sense pleasure. This is called sense pleasure. Indriya sukha. So everybody in this world, those who have deep-rooted understanding that I am the body, every moment we are looking for indriya sukha. Every moment. Why does somebody watch, our long duration Netflix? They take subscription, keep watching. Why? There is indriya sukha very nicely. And it is more enjoyable if there is multi-sensory experience. Earlier there was only, what is that called? The movies, earlier it was
2D.
No, not 2D, but black and white and no talk. What is it called? Not sign. Silent, okay. Silent movie. Yeah, silent movie. Then they added the soundtrack. Then from black and white it became color. Then it became 2D, 3D, all D, right? And then you sit in the Inox, you sit in a nice theater, amidst AC room, nice AC is there, popcorn somebody gives you. See, all multi-sensory experience, no? Eyes are also seeing, and in between, in Indian movies, songs also come in between. So there is Shabda also, nice music is there. And then, in the movies, you'll only see fair-looking, handsome heroes and heroines. Oh, Rupa, very nice, I can see. So like this, multi-sensory, increasing your sensual pleasure. They think this is actually advancement. So, since everybody thinks that I am the body, when any new technology comes, they think how to use this technology to give more sense pleasure to people. And in that way, make them more trapped. Actually, this is Maya's scheme. So all these people who are trying to increase the temporary pleasures, sensual pleasures, they are all working on behalf of Maya. They are agents of Maya. Maya is very powerful. Maya can engage anybody. Best of the brains, Maya will engage. How to trap more people. Because if more people are available online, Maya says, my service is also online now. Whatever you want, it's available online. You see? Best of the brains who have graduated from top universities sit, brainstorm, and they come up with, they design algorithms for your social media. Have you noticed this? If you search something on YouTube, after you watch that video, YouTube will suggest 20 more similar videos. And each video is more appealing than the other previous video. You'll feel like more I should watch, more I should watch. So that is Maya's plan. It traps you. So best brains are designing those algorithms to trap you. Isn't it? So Lord Krishna is saying here a very interesting verse, 22nd verse, he says, Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyanta vanta kaunteya nateshu ramate budaha. What is the meaning of this? An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. So, what is the meaning of this? Let us try to understand. Samsparsha, what do you mean by that? Sparsha means touch. What is coming in touch? Senses are coming in touch with sense objects. And ja means to take birth. When senses are coming in touch with sense objects, when there is some sparsha, there is a ja, there is something takes birth there. What is that? Pleasure. Pleasure is taking. You feel some pleasure. Is there actual pleasure? Yeah, there is some pleasure, one drop of pleasure. But that is highly magnified. It is magnified by your mind. If the real pleasure is, let's say, 1 unit, the mind will show it is 1 million units of pleasure. That means it is disproportionate magnification. Yeah, some pleasure is there, but it is only 1 unit. 1 unit pleasure you will get by watching Netflix. But your mind says, no, you know why? This is the best movie, and so many people have watched it. They've used the latest technology. The heroine is so beautiful. See the kind of technology they have used. So much hype is created. Actually, the pleasure is just drop. But because of the hype, your mind is also so much hyped, and you really feel, yeah, 1 million units of pleasure I'm getting. So much advertisement is done. Why? To create hype. Actually, there is no stuff in material pleasure. Actual stuff is very, very less. But because of the hype, the mind also keeps hyping. This is called mental concoction. There is a word used by Prabhupada when he translates verses of Bhagavad Gita. He says mental concoction. It is all creations of the mind. Actual pleasure is only 1 unit, but the mind has made you believe that it is 1 million units. Now, after you enter the cinema theater, you are expecting 1 million pleasure, 1 million units of pleasure. Correct? Now, if you feel that, oh, what is that? There's no stuff in this, then you will feel so bad for yourself because already so much of hype has already happened. So you believe yourself that, yeah, it is real pleasure. This is very nice movie. Like this. The more the hype, the more the experience also. Because that is a hyped experience. Isn't it? So, but Krishna is saying that experience that you get of pleasure when the senses come in touch with sense objects, it is dukkha yonayaha. it is actually pregnant with dukkha. Yoni means womb. So when the mother is carrying the child in its womb, in her womb, she delivers the baby after some time, isn't it? So she delivers whatever she has born. If she has born a male child, she will deliver a male child. If she has born a female child, she will deliver a female child, isn't it? Now here Krishna is saying this samsparshaja, when the senses come in touch with sense objects, you are feeling some pleasure, no? Don't mistake that to be pleasure. Actually, it is dukkha yoni. It is actually pregnant with misery only. It will deliver misery. It will deliver miseries. Right? Therefore, and also, Adyantavanta. It has a beginning, it has an end. That whatever movie you are seeing, no? It has a beginning, it has an end. Not every scene in the movie is so nice. You know, you may be enjoying some movie scenes, it will last only 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe 1 minute, whatever. After that, over, it's gone again. Then again next year, see when that heroine will come again. I want to see. Isn't it? So it is Adyantavanta. It has a beginning, it has an end. So Krishna is saying, Nateshu Ramate Buddha. Buddha means intelligent person. If you are an intelligent person, you should not delight in such temporary pleasures. You want peace of mind, right? For peace of mind, you must know where to find pleasure, where not to find pleasure. The place where we are searching for pleasure itself is wrong. You will only get dukkha in the guise of pleasure. So therefore Krishna is saying, if you want peace of mind, stop looking for good food in garbage bin. You want to eat good food, but you're looking where? You're looking for it in garbage bin. It's a wrong place. No, I'm seeing maybe somebody who has thrown it there. I want to go and eat it. No. What? Why will he throw? Even if he throws also, why will you pick up from a garbage and eat? Isn't it? So, real pleasure is not to be found in material sense enjoyment. But this material sense enjoyment is so very powerful. It conditions us to believe that no, this is real pleasure. I will go and do this. That's why it is so difficult to give up habits. There is one nice story about this. How we get fooled and how we get conditioned, even though it may be so abominable, still we think there is pleasure in it. There is one nice story in the scriptures, it is mentioned. Once King Indra, Indra, he is a king of the Devatas. Devendra is called. Very, very exalted position. All the big Devatas report to him in Vayu, Varuna, Indra, Agni, all of them report to him. He's like a very powerful person. But because of some offense against his guru, Brihaspati, once Brihaspati cursed him to become a pig. He said, you will become a pig. So, because of that curse, very powerful curse, he had to take birth as a pig on the earth. And he was living in a nice gutter, right? And Malleshwaram gutter, right? And he was living with his family. He had a pig wife, pig children. They were all very affectionate towards him. He was also very happy with them. Okay, like this it was going on. He didn't even know that he is Indra, who was enjoying heavenly pleasures. Now I'm enjoying like this in the pig, in the gutter. He didn't even know. So meanwhile, because of the absence of Indra, things became little, off track. There's nobody to take charge of various things in heavenly planets. So Lord Brahma got to know this. So he said, oh, what is this? Indra is missing. So we have to, now there is nobody who is immediately, we cannot put him in his place. There's no immediate replacement. So we have to go back to that person only and bring him back. So Brahma came down to the Malleshwaram gutter and he is seeing what is this Indra doing. Indra is nicely enjoying with his pig family. So then Brahma, using his mystic powers, he started speaking to that soul within the pig's body. He said, see, what is this? You are actually Indra. You are king of the heavens. What are you doing in the gutters? You come back to the heaven. You can enjoy many higher things there. Come back. Nobody is there in your place. Come back. Resume your service. So Indra said, oh, what is this you are saying? How can I give up my family members who are fully dependent on me? Without them, without me, how will they manage? See, my children are so small, they have not even started going to school. Who will give them food in this gutter? Who will take care? I have a lot of responsibilities, I can't give up and come. That means he was so adamant, he didn't agree to come. See, this is how illusion bewilders us. This is example for Maya, illusion. The best part of Maya is what, when somebody is in Maya, he will say that I am not in Maya. That is the best part. Right? When somebody is in Maya, he'll say no. Like a mad person, no? Mad person will say, you are mad. I am all right. The whole world is mad. See, that is... So Maya bewilders us like that. Makes us forget our real identity. So finally, Lord Brahma had to use his powers to forcibly make him give up that body, and then took him forcibly, put him in the Indrasana. So Maya is very, very powerful. Right? So if you want to cut the Maya's strong knots, then we have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And also we have to cultivate spiritual knowledge. Without spiritual knowledge, if you simply think that I will do karma yoga, every work I will do, I'll just offer to Krishna in the mind. Krishna Arpanamastu. No, it's not going to be so easy because it will bind you. People like Indra can get bound. What to speak of us? Isn't it? So therefore, we have to act with proper guidance. And the guidance here is, as Krishna is saying, don't fall for immediate sense pleasure. It is ultimately going to deliver only miseries to you. Right? How sense pleasure can give you miseries? Can anyone tell me? Give an example. Suppose you like sweets. When the sweet comes and touches our taste buds on the tongue, oh, so nice. You feel so happy. This is real heaven, Swarga, like that. Right? So you go on eating sweets. Dysentery, loose motions you will get, indigestion. Isn't it? So, material pleasure, it's like pains and pleasures are the two sides of the same coin. You cannot say only I want head, tails I don't want. That doesn't work like that in the material world. That's why the material world is called world of duality. You accept pain, you accept pleasure, misery also will come. Buy one, get one free. Combo offer it is. So therefore, for that we need spiritual intelligence. Now, devotees also prepare varieties of foodstuffs. We also enjoy different kinds of tastes. But when we prepare, our consciousness is, oh, this is for God, this is for Krishna. I'm cooking for Krishna. That consciousness is important. Whereas a person who cooks food for himself, he is always meditating. Oh, this is for me. I will enjoy this in some time. I will enjoy. This is for me. But no, everything is meant for God. First, I offer to God. And when I offer to God, God does not accept that item per se. He accepts our feelings of love and devotion. And then when Krishna, how does Krishna eat? Krishna he's not hungry. If I give you 2 gulab jamuns, after you eat, how many will be remaining? on the plate? Zero, isn't it? Because we eat the material stuff like that. But when Krishna eats, his eating is different. You offer 100 gulab jamuns to Krishna, Krishna gazes at it. Through his eyes, he accepts the offering and then leaves behind all the 100 as it is. This is spiritual mathematics. 1 minus 1 equal to 1. 1 minus 1 equal to 0. That is material mathematics. Spiritual mathematics is 1 minus 1 equal to 1. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. The Lord is Purnam. He is complete in himself. He doesn't need anything. But when you offer with love and devotion, he accepts your love and devotion through that offering by just glancing at your food stuff. He accepts fully everything that you have offered. He eats everything and keeps the balance as it is. This is 1 minus 1 equal to 1. Right? So, through our, if you want to eat, you can eat only through your mouth. But Krishna does not have a material body. So, Krishna has got a Satchidananda body, spiritual body. What is the difference between material body and spiritual body? Through my eyes, I can only see. I cannot eat. Through my tongue, I can only taste. I cannot smell. So every sense has its own particular function. It is other senses cannot do its work. Correct? But Krishna's body is not like that. Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti. Every sense of Krishna's spiritual body can perform the action of every other sense. That means just by glancing, Krishna can eat also. With his eyes, he can eat. This is Krishna's spiritual body. It has no material limitations like our body has. Therefore, when you prepare, when a devotee with love and devotion, he prepares something in front of the Lord and requests the Lord, my dear Lord, please accept this offering. Just by glancing, the Lord accepts. Right? So, therefore, a devotee, when he, even his eating becomes a spiritual activity. Right? So, the sum and substance of this lesson, of this chapter is, if you want to achieve peace of mind, if you want to achieve equanimity, you should learn the science of God and you should do every action with God consciousness. Then your every action becomes worship of the Lord. That is Karma Yoga. So the Lord concludes this chapter, the last shloka, 29th shloka, by giving a peace formula. It's very important. The ultimate peace formula. Right? He gives three things, 3 points. If you know this, follow this, you will always be peaceful. Knowing plus following. What is that? Number 1, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Jnatva Mam Shantim Rachyati. Shanti, if you want Shanti, 3 things you should know about me, Krishna says. And you should apply it in your life also. First we will see what are those 3, then we will see how to apply that. First is, Krishna says, I am the supreme enjoyer. Who is the supreme enjoyer? Huh? Who is the supreme enjoyer? You or I? Krishna. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Bhokta means enjoyer. Right? Second, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Krishna says, I am the supreme proprietor of everything that exists. Sarvaloka. Maheshwaram means proprietor, controller. Proprietor. Who is the proprietor? You are not the proprietor. Krishna is the proprietor. And third one, Suhridam Sarva Bhutana. I am the eternal well-wisher of everyone. Well-wisher. Who is the well-wisher of everyone? We are not the well-wisher. Krishna is the well-wisher. Jnatva mam shantim richyati. In this way, if you know me, Jnatva means to know. Mam means me, Krishna is saying. Jnatva mam shantim richyati. You will have everlasting peace. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Krishna is the proprietor, supreme proprietor of everything. Krishna is the supreme well-wisher of everyone. If you understand these three things and follow in your life, then you will be full of peace always. So let us see how to follow this. For example, the first one. Krishna is the enjoyer. Generally what we think, we are the enjoyer. I am the enjoyer of everything that I see. Anything I see which is nice, which is appealing to my senses, immediately I will go and get that and keep it for my enjoyment. Isn't that's what everyone does, no? Best thing should be with me. And if somebody else is having, we become envious. How to get that from him? Isn't it? Because of this, there is no peace of mind. Correct, no? When you see something, oh, how to get that, how to get that, how to get it. Oh, that will definitely give me pleasure. I don't have that. How to get that? How to get? We become so eager to get that, and we do so many things to get that. Correct? But actually a devotee understands, no, Krishna is the enjoyer. Actually it belongs to Krishna. Right? So Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, when he started the Krishna consciousness movement in the West, after a good number of Westerners became devotees, and there were some number of temples initially started in New York, San Francisco, all these places, London and all that. Then every day in the morning, Prabhupada would go with his disciples for a morning walk. They would take their bead bag, chant, and in between they would ask questions and Prabhupada would reply. And all of these were recorded also for future reference. Prabhupada would make sure that everything he spoke was recorded, made into multiple copies, and it was sent all over the world to every temple, every ISKCON temple. That's why we have the recordings, some videos and mostly audios, all of that. So, Prabhupada would go along with his disciples, and then he would stop at some building, very big building. So Prabhupada would point out at his cane, he would point the building and say, "What is this?" He said, Prabhupada, the disciples would say, the Westerners would say, "Prabhupada, this is a church." And then, why it is closed? He would ask. Actually, many churches were closed, big buildings. Nobody would visit the churches. They would all be lying empty. And then Prabhupada said, why nobody is there? Why nobody has come to the church? So they would all say, "Prabhupada, nobody is coming. Nobody is using it now. It is just lying there. It's locked." Then immediately Prabhupada would say, "We should make this as a Krishna temple. People will come." And then his disciples would go, strike a deal, purchase the buildings, and convert that into a temple. And after that, it would be bubbling with activities. Lot of people would be coming every day. So just one day before it was a church, nobody was going. And now it is a Hare Krishna temple. Hundreds of devotees, hundreds of people are coming, lot of activities. Like this, many churches were converted into temples. In India, we always keep hearing this story, the Mughals came and they attacked our temples. And they took this wealth to their country. They built mosques or whatever they built. But what Prabhupada did is ulta. So Prabhupada went to their country Okay, made their people into Krishna devotees, converted their places of worship into Krishna's temples. So a pure devotee, when he sees, oh, such a big building is there, why it is lying empty? We should use it for Krishna's service. Krishna is the bhokta, he is the enjoyer. Why it is simply lying? So this is the thinking of a devotee. Bhoktaram yajnatam. So this is how we purify your vision. When you think it is for my enjoyment, you become agitated, you plan, you scheme, you put others down, and till you get that, there is no peace of mind. And after getting also, there is no guarantee that you will have peace of mind. But when you understand it is Krishna's, Krishna should enjoy, then that is the first formula for peace of mind. So whenever you see anything, suppose you come across some nice fruits, fresh fruits in the market, immediately you should think, so nice fruits, can I offer it to Krishna? So nice fragrant flowers, can I offer to the Lord? We should cultivate this. This is Karma Yoga. Instead of simply thinking, oh, it is for me, I will enjoy. No, it is for Krishna. And why Krishna is the enjoyer? Because second one, he is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is actually the proprietor. Proprietor, since it belongs to Krishna, Krishna is the rightful enjoyer. Nothing belongs to you. Correct? In fact, everything that you possess, it is given to you by Krishna. We should recognize this. Everything that I have actually belongs to Krishna. I am only the possessor now, but the proprietor is Krishna. In fact, our bodies that we have, our body is also given by Krishna. Who is the proprietor of this body? Krishna is the proprietor. You are not the proprietor. Since body belongs to Krishna, body also should be used as Krishna, for Krishna's enjoyment, for Krishna's pleasure, in his service. That's why a devotee, whenever he does anything, he does for Krishna. He talks for Krishna, he walks for Krishna, he sleeps for Krishna, he cooks for Krishna. In this way, every activity, there is Krishna. So, every activity you should somehow bring Krishna into the picture. Then the activity becomes spiritual. No more karma reactions. If Krishna is not in the picture, you are doing it for yourself, then you have to pay for it. That's called karma reaction. But if there is Krishna, you are anyway cooking. Cook for Krishna, offer to Krishna, and eat prasadam. Karma-free diet. But if you cook, even if you are 100% Shuddha Shakahari, still you will get karma reaction if you are not offering to Krishna. So this is the way how to become free from the karma bondage, entanglement. Just these three formulas. And lastly, Krishna is the supreme well-wisher of everyone. He is seated in everyone's heart. And He is waiting since time immemorial, from life after life. He is waiting for us. When this fellow will look at me? He's so busy trying to enjoy independent of me in this world, but he's suffering so much. But when will he turn towards me? He's waiting and waiting. He's our well-wisher. Real well-wisher. He'll never leave you and go. Even in the heart of a hardcore atheist also, Krishna is seated as the well-wisher. Just imagine. How much is his patience? How much he loves each one of us. Therefore, he is our real well-wisher. Therefore, every activity, we should remember him. We should thank him. Right? A day should not pass without offering our gratitude to Krishna. We should actually practice this. In the beginning, it's not easy. It may look like mechanical. But once you start chanting more and more, you will develop genuine love and feeling for Krishna. Then you cannot live without remembering Krishna even for a moment. That state we can attain. That is the highest stage of yoga. Always conscious of Krishna. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Always remembering Krishna. If we can attain that, then Prabhupada always said, don't think so much about seeing Krishna. Every time people say, show me Krishna, show me Krishna, show me. I want to see God, show me God. No. You don't worry so much about seeing God. You do something which will make God to come and see you. That is achievement of life. What is our power of seeing God? Even if God comes in front of us with this material conditioned eyes, I cannot see and recognize Him. Even 5,000 years ago, Krishna was present physically. Not everyone was able to recognize that He is Supreme Lord. So we should not say, show me God, show me God. Do something which will make God see you. And then He will reveal Himself to you. That is bhakti, devotional service. So in this way, to attain peace of mind and to attain equanimity and to continue to do our daily activities, this is a very interesting chapter. Of course, there are 29 verses in this chapter. We have discussed only 4 verses, which are main key verses of this chapter. So please, I would recommend you to please take a copy of this book, Bhagavad Gita as it is, and read. At least 1 page a day you read. Even if you don't understand, you continue to read. Because it's not a matter of intellectual understanding. You chant 1 round and then you read 1 page, you will be able to understand much better. So we'll close here. Any questions anyone has? Yes.
So before that, I'm just asking this question.
Please distribute the malas. Yeah.
Hopefully, it won't sound wrong, but I just want to know. So, did Pandavas really did their actions offering to God? Still, they suffered with karma chain. Then, did they really follow even after listening to Lord Krishna's Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna had to still go through a lot after the war also. So, did he offer that war to Lord Krishna?
Yeah, the Srimad Bhagavatam describes that all the Pandavas were fully surrendered souls. They were fully dependent on Krishna and they were executing their duties. So there is no doubt on the fact that the Pandavas were, thank you, the Pandavas were not following Krishna's instructions. Now, another important thing, another aspect that Krishna wants to teach us, even though they were such exalted pure devotees, why are they going through so many problems? Their problems are not because of their past karma. That we should understand. When pure devotees go through difficulties, it is part of Krishna's Leela to teach the whole world. When you and me go through difficulties, it is our own karma, our own Leela, not Krishna's Leela. We are paying for our own activities. But when Krishna and his pure devotees, apparently they may go through some difficulties. It is for the purpose of teaching the world. What is Krishna trying to teach? Pandavas, even though they were going through so many difficulties, but they never doubted Krishna. That is called pure devotion. Suppose we start chanting, 1 month we chant, and let's say some problem comes. Immediately we ask, Krishna, I am chanting from 1 month. Why did you let this happen to me? Why did such a problem come in my life? Why did you allow it, Krishna? Right? And then we start thinking, oh, from today onwards I will not chant. Oh, what is this? What is the use of chanting? It does not work for me. No problem has gone away. Like this we start doubting. So that is not pure devotion. It is still immature devotion. But Pandavas, you see, they're pure devotees. Even though difficulties come, they can't forget Krishna. And sometimes they had to suffer because they are devotees. Like for example, Arjuna. Arjuna said, I will not fight. I'll go away. Krishna said, nothing doing. I want you to fight. It is suffering for them. No, I have to shoot arrows at Bhishma. Hare Krishna is telling, Bhishma is so dear to me, my grandfather. In my childhood, so much pampering he has done. Still, he has so much love for me. But this Krishna is telling I have to shoot arrows. Oh, what is this? But no, Krishna is saying you should do. So he did. So these are all ways how Krishna shows to the whole world what is the position of a pure devotee.